Level 1. The Spark. You were born into a farming village. Feudal Japan, 1580s. Your father works the land from sunrise to collapse. Your mother boils weeds into soup when the rice runs out. You are 7 the first time you go to bed hungry. You are 12 the first time you stop crying about it. One day, a wandering ronin passes through the village gate. Dust on his sandals. A nick in his blade. He needs water. You bring him a cup with shaking hands. He drinks slowly. He looks at you. Really looks. You have the eyes of a warrior, he says. You laugh, nervous. You've never held a blade in your life. He doesn't laugh back. Before dawn the next morning, he's gone. But a wooden practice sword rests against your door, wrapped in cloth. You pick it up. You swing it. Badly. You nearly hit your own foot. But something ignites in your chest that has never been there before. Purpose. This is the beginning. Level 2. Servant of the Dojo. You beg the local dojo master to take you in. He refuses. Once, twice, a third time, laughing you off his porch. On the 4th attempt, you show up at dawn, feet bleeding, having carried firewood barefoot up the mountain path just to prove you won't quit. He stares at your ruined feet for a long moment. Then he lets you in. Lowest rank, a servant student. You clean floors before the sun rises. You carry water. You are nothing here. But at night, when the dojo sleeps, you train alone in the dark. Your hands blister, then callous, then stop feeling pain at all. 6 months in, you're finally allowed to spar an older student. He beats you into the dirt in under 10 seconds. You get up. He does it again. You get up again. By the 20th time, something in the room goes quiet. The other students stop to watch. The master notices. Level 3, First Blood. You are given your first real sword. Not wood, steel. It's heavier than you imagined. Colder. It hums faintly when you move it, like it's alive. Your master places one hand on your shoulder and says the words that will follow you for the rest of your life. This blade will end lives. Make sure they deserve it. Your first true assignment arrives days later. Escort a merchant caravan through bandit-held mountain terrain. Simple, they tell you. Low risk. Halfway through the pass, an arrow splits the air beside your ear. Bandits. 5 of them, dropping from the rocks like shadows given shape. Your hands shake. Your mind goes white with fear. Your training moves your body anyway. Steel meets steel. Someone screams. It isn't you. When it's over, you're standing over 2 bodies, breathing hard, your blade red for the first time. You survive. You didn't know you had this in you. The merchant pays your dojo in silver, more than your family earned in 3 years combined. You feel something new settle into your chest. Pride. And a hunger you don't yet understand. Level 4. Sworn Retainer. Word spreads fast in a land built on rumor and steel. The young swordsman who held the pass alone. A minor lord summons you to his estate. You kneel in a room built entirely of dark wood and silence, the kind of silence that makes you aware of your own heartbeat. He offers you a position. Retainer. Sworn protection of his household, his family, his name. This is not a job. This is a vow. Loyalty until death. No exceptions. No second thoughts. You accept. Your first task as retainer. Find the spy inside the Lord's own staff. You spend 3 weeks watching, listening, learning who lingers too long near the map room. You find him. A servant, quiet and unremarkable, who's been feeding troop movements to a rival clan for gold. The Lord gives one order. No trial, no mercy, no hesitation expected. Your blade decides for both of you. That night, you don't sleep. You stare at the ceiling of your new quarters, silk sheets under a killer's hands. You've crossed a line, and you already know there's no walking it back. Level 5. Captain of the Guard. Years pass like seasons blurring into one long winter. You are no longer the frightened boy with a wooden sword. You are captain of the Lord's personal guard. 50 men answer to your voice alone. Your name is spoken with fear in 3 provinces now. Mothers use it to quiet restless children. You live differently. A proper house, silk robes, fine sake poured by servants who won't meet your eyes. But peace in this era is a lie told to children. Rival clans test your lord's borders constantly, probing for weakness like wolves circling a wounded animal. You lead your first true battle. Hundreds of men clash across a flooded rice field that turns from green to red by midday. You lose count of how many you kill. Your arms remember even when your mind refuses to. You win. Your lord rewards you with land, status, a name carved into local legend. You tell yourself it was worth it. You almost believe it. Level 6. The Daimyo's chosen. Your reputation reaches the capital, carried by merchants and soldiers who've seen you fight. A high-ranking daimyo requests you by name. He's assembling an army for something larger, a campaign to unify 3 warring provinces under a single banner. Your current lord releases you, strangely honored that you were chosen for something beyond his own ambitions. You leave everything behind, your home, your rank, the comfort you built with blood. You start over at the right hand of a man who could reshape the entire region's future. The daimyo tests you first, as all powerful men test the ones they don't yet trust. A covert mission. Eliminate a corrupt magistrate quietly betraying the clan from the inside. You move alone, at night, through a manor full of sleeping guards. You leave no witnesses, no mistakes, no trace but a body found at dawn. The daimyo smiles for the first time in your presence. You, he says, studying you like a blade he's finally decided to keep, are exactly what I need. Level 7. The Blade General. You are a general now. Thousands of soldiers move when you raise your hand. Villages empty when your banner crests the horizon. Not from fear of destruction alone, from fear of you, specifically, by name. Stories about you grow taller with every telling. Children are warned to behave, or the Blade General will hear of it. Wealth pours in from every direction. Gold, land, titles longer than your childhood name. But something inside you has gone quiet, numb. You don't feel the weight of a kill anymore. Not the first, not the 100th, not the one whose face you still can't remember, even though you know it mattered once. Your wife notices the change before anyone else does. The silence behind your eyes at dinner. The way you flinch less at things that should still hurt. You brush her concern aside. Ambition doesn't leave room for feeling anymore. The daimyo begins planning his final push. One decisive battle to unify the region completely under his rule. He asks you to lead the vanguard, the first wave, the deadliest position on any field. You say yes before he even finishes the question. Level 8. The Great Unification. The battle is the largest of your life. Perhaps the largest this region has seen in a generation. 10,000 men on each side. Smoke thick enough to blot out the sun. Screaming that blends into one continuous sound. Mud soaked black with blood. You fight at the front line. Exactly where a general should never stand. Exactly where you've always insisted on standing. Your closest friend. The man who trained beside you since level 2, since the days of wooden swords and bleeding feet, falls 3 feet from you. You don't stop. You can't stop. Stopping means dying. And dying means someone else takes your place at the front of this slaughter. The battle ends at dusk. Your side wins. The daimyo achieves his unification. Bells ring in 3 provinces by morning. You stand alone in a field of corpses stretching further than you can see, swords still dripping, and you feel absolutely nothing. That night, alone in your tent, you finally weep, for the first time in years. Not for the enemy, for yourself. For the boy who once brought water to a stranger, now buried somewhere beneath everything you've become. Level 9. Suspicion and silence. Peace arrives. But peace is a dangerous season for men built entirely for war. Warriors trained for battle have no purpose in stillness, no outlet for what's been carved into them. The daimyo, now secure in power, begins to grow suspicious of the very generals who handed him his victory. Too many soldiers loyal to your name instead of his crest. Too much power concentrated in one blade. Rumors start, quiet at first, then louder. Whispers that you're planning a coup of your own. You aren't. It doesn't matter. Rumors don't need truth to spread, only fear. You are summoned to the castle alone. No guards accompany the message, no explanation given. You already know what this means before you even leave your home. You could run. You still have the skill to disappear into the mountains and vanish entirely. You could fight your way out. 50 men couldn't stop you in your prime. But the code you swore to yourself back in level 3 echoes louder than any escape route. Make sure they deserve it. You spent 20 years asking if your enemies deserved your blade. You never once asked if you deserved what was coming for you. Level 10. Seppuku. You kneel in a private courtyard as the sun bleeds orange across the horizon. No trial. No public explanation. Only silence, and two attendants standing at a respectful distance. This is the end reserved for samurai who fall from favor, whether they deserve it or not. Seppuku, a death dressed up as dignity. You think of the boy who once brought water to a stranger on a dusty road, expecting nothing in return. You think of every level that led here, every kill, every promotion, every coin of silver and every ounce of silence you swallowed to keep climbing. None of it stopped this moment from arriving. None of it ever could. You draw the short blade. Your hand doesn't shake. It hasn't shaken in 20 years, not since that mountain pass with 5 bandits and a fear you buried alive. You whisper the same line your master gave you once, now aimed squarely at yourself. Make sure it was worth it. The blade falls. Level 11. The cycle continues. Word of your death reaches your old village within the month. An old man in the market square, gray-haired now, tells the story to a group of children gathered at his feet. He speaks of a boy who once carried water to a stranger, a boy who became a legend, a blade that carved through 3 provinces and an empire built on it. He doesn't mention the ending. He never does. Because somewhere, in another village, another boy is bringing water to another stranger passing through. Another wooden sword waits by another door. And the cycle, the one that swallowed you whole, begins again. It always does.